All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I just want to let you guys know, first of all, I really am thankful that we have reached 1,000 subscribers. I really want to say thank you all for the support. I really can't imagine the amount of, humbleness that I feel right now. So let's get right into this. I did promise you guys I would do Dropout, but I'm gonna have to do parts 1 and 2 because this will be a 1,000 special video. I'm gonna do a 2-for-1 special because the part 2 of Dropout was so, like, I won't say grotesque, but it was definitely erotic to the point where I can't even find a single interactive clip. That's how erotic this shit gets. So anyways, let's get right into this because trust me, this is gonna be one hell of a ride. So we start off with this whole situation where in an alternate version of Japan, where I would say the women more likely who are subjected to become equipments, let's just say it. And the whole thing is that this is regardless of the situation, if they fail academically or laborally, they are subjected to become equipments. And not only that, this goes in all levels. And the thing is that some of them can do it willingly, but if you fail even a year, yeah, you're pretty much cooked. So, and this first scene here that we're gonna show is that we get to see like these bunch of girls. It looked like about 10 or 15 of them about to head into one classroom, into the a particular classroom. And we get these two guys. We got Nimii and we got Joushima. Now, Joushima, for context, Joushima and Shichijo, who we're gonna see in the purple-headed girl, she is the senior and class president. She was like a president of the class or some shit like that, and she was like the ace of a kendo club, I believe. And we see her, but she's not with Joushima because at one point they used to date. Now I'm not sure what exactly caused her to do this. Actually, no, there is an answer to that. There is a cause. Her head then just shook and said, you know what, I'ma just drop out willingly. And they were all shook. Joushima and Nimii was like, wait, what? And she was like telling him, listen, I am your assigned equipment. So you can use me however you want, however you please. So he was like, damn. Because here's the thing, at one point while they were dating, Nimii actually liked her too. But he didn't know how to show her feelings because he didn't have the cojones to do that. But anyways, looks like she had the cojones to do it, and she was like, you know what? I like you and I want you. So we could do this the easy way or we could do it the hard way. Well, actually, I wouldn't say the hard way. But she basically told him, listen, once I'm assigned to you, I'm all yours forever. But here's the exception. If you feel like you no longer want me or you don't use me properly, I am going to be a public bathroom's equipment. And he was like, oh, hell nah. And she just started taking over. She was aggressive with it too. And Joushima, oh my goodness, I low-key feel bad for homie because this was his girl, mind you. And it's not to say that Nimii was trying his hardest to take her away from him. No, she willingly said, I see this boy, I like him, and I want him. And she got him. And she was looking flustered. Like, she was a whole freak out. The whole situation turned into like this whole unexpected treat for him. And again, every time he envisioned that situation where they were together at one point, he just looked at Nimii with such utter disgust. And the fact that she was riding this nigga's meat, he was more upset. And she was like, damn, I just flipped a switch on this nigga. And Nimii was like, oh hell no, I'm about to beat the brakes of the motherfucker like a runaway slave. And he was going at it, bro. He was going at it. He was having the time of his life. And he was like, you're mine and only mine. And this is where we get the whole confrontation situation happening in this next scene. So in this next scene, we get to see a confrontation happening between the two. And he was like, Joushima was telling Nimii, hey, you better back off my girl before I beat the brakes out you. And then we see, unexpectedly, Shichijo breaks out the fight, but before she ended up breaking the fight out, the two of them are just observing, and he was going at it. This was looking like more of a one-sided beatdown, and he was like, "You better stay up on my girl, if I beat the brakes out you." And what makes you think you're good enough for her? And she was just listening, and she was like, "You know what?" She had a whole Jotaro moment, like yada yada, that's it. And he was like, "Well," Nimii was like, "Hey, listen, this is my girl too. I liked her too, nigga." And he was like, "No, you better stay away from her. I'm warning you, nigga." And she walked up to him, grabs his arm, and does like this technique by flipping him, and literally, dog, that was like crazy work, almost breaking this nigga's wrist. And she was like, "Listen, you're being a bit of a puss right now. I chose him. I willingly dropped out because I wanted to. And I saw Nimii, and you know what? Your childish mentality is the reason why I'm with Nimii, and I'm all in on him." And I was pretty happy that I took Nimi's first virginity. And mind you, yes, they were virgins. All the entire characters, all of them were virgins, and she ended up taking Nimi's virginity, and they ended up doing it right in front of them. Oh god. Yo, when I saw Shichijo's, like, she didn't have an inch of remorse, and she was telling Joushima, "Listen, Nimii is 10 times the man you'll ever fucking be." And the other girl is observing this carefully, and they do it right in front of them. And mind you, bro went to the dirt track. Yes, the back door whisperer. And she was like all in on it too. She was like, "You better do it right. You know, let's show these bastards a good show, you know." And Joushima was shook. He was flabbergasted. And afterwards, the girl with the glasses ended up walking off on him. But before she did that, she ended up telling him, "Listen, from what I was really seeing based on Shichijo's behavior, she literally torn up the exam paper in front of the teacher's face, and the teacher was livid, and he was like, 'You know what? You're gonna be subjected to this dropout, baby girl.'" And that's why she did it willingly. Now, that's why I said earlier, she didn't just drop out on a whim. She had a cause, and she had a reason why she did it. And afterwards, Joushima ended up telling the other girl, "Well, you're my equipment. Why are you walking off?" And she was like, "Well, listen, I may be an equipment, but I have boundaries." And she told him literally, she said this. She said, "Well, because you didn't use me properly, let alone take care of me, I am going to the public toilet where I am appreciated." And so said, so done. She walked off on him, and she became subjected to a dropout in the public bathroom, in a public domain, mind you. So that is the end of part 1. And part 2, I'm just gonna summarize this quickly because I don't think I have much time, and I don't want to be yapping out, So to finish off this quickly, apparently when the girl was subjected to being a dropout, it turns out they ended up doing this foursome situation, and Nimii just turned into a whole Chad. Well, anyways, I guess that's the end of part 1. I will have to do part 2 sometime this weekend or by next week. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one, and peace out.